So, I cannot believe that this is a thing that happened that I'm making a vlog about, but holy shit. How many of you heard the drama that happened with ShayCarl from the Shaytards? Like, wow, that kind of really hit out of left field. He is like the least likely person I would have ever guessed in a million years who'd do something like that. But at the same time, I commend him for owning up to it, not like lying about it to the fans, that he actually is, taking responsibility for his actions. Now, for those of you who missed what all happened, apparently Shay's been struggling with alcoholism for months, which, honestly, I feel like I could practically go back to the vlogs and pick out pretty much about where I think he probably started having a problem, because I remember even thinking, God, his personality feels different. I'm not sure what it is, but it feels different, and I'm not sure I like it. I don't know if I'm just that in tune to it, because both having dealt with addiction issues myself, and basically every single member of my family, siblings, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, you name it, have also dealt with addiction, mostly alcoholism specifically. Just saying, I'm kind of really in tune with minute little differences that are tip-offs to that kind of a thing, but anyway, that would have been crazy enough. I mean, he's Mormon, Mormons don't believe in drinking, but he kind of, he toes the line on a lot of the things Mormons aren't supposed to do, it seems like, but that's not the crazy thing. He also was caught cheating. Yeah, that. I mean, we don't know for sure if he actually, if he actually physically slept with this woman, but he was exchanging sex. I have a speech impediment for those who don't usually watch my channel. SEXTS. There you go. Sex. I have a hard time saying the word. With this cam girl, of all things, which seems really weird, but okay, I'm not here to judge, but they were really graphic. Like, she kind of exposed him for this and posted, like, all of them, which is really crazy. And, oh my gosh, did my other iPod just die? Dang it. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna have to drag my laptop over here to read you guys his Twitter post that he made about all this, but I will worry about that in just a sec. But, yeah, she, like, posted page after page after page of these sex texts there. That's a little easier for me to physically say, with ShayCarl. And while my gut instinct would be, how do you know it's him? Apparently she had the same feeling and asked him for proof that it's him. And he sent her a selfie in front of his car, which is pretty damning evidence. So, okay, reading through these, it's like, God, that doesn't sound like stuff that'd come out of his mouth. But then again, you think about it. Does anybody ever really sext the same way that they talk? No. Nobody does that. So, we don't know if this is like the sort of stuff that he exchanges with Colette when they're, like, away from each other. Who the fuck knows? I mean, this could be something that goes on all the time with him, just usually with his wife, and this time, not, But, yeah, it just seemed really weird that of all people, it's Shay, like, Mr. Wholesome Family Man. Holy shit. Like, wow, I mean, honestly, I don't think less of him as a person. I think we all make mistakes, and it seems like he's gonna try to work to remedy them. I am going to grab my laptop real quick, guys, so hold on just a sec. But, apparently he's going to be seeking help for his alcoholism, which is good, and I appreciate that he's being open and public about this very topic, because there's a lot of people who in his position would just work to try and bury something like this under the rug if they could. Okay, let me bring up his Twitter page. I had my other iPod over here so I could read it, but I didn't charge the battery first, and I left it on too long, and it literally died as I started filming this, so it's like, well, I guess I'll do it this way. So, on to the Twitter. ShayCarl. There we are. I'm waiting for it to load. Okay. Alright. And I will read you his whole post. It's not just a tweet. He, like, made one of those, like, notes in, like, either his iPhone or his iPod or whatever he's using. I'm guessing his phone, because I see a Verizon LTE thing at the top. But yeah, so he wrote a note and screen capped it and posted it as a picture that says, I've been lying to myself. My heart is sick. It's been impossible to keep up this perfect happiness is a choice mentality. I can't do it anymore. I started drinking again 3 months ago. I have struggled with alcoholism for years. I thought I was able to escape addiction and its associated demons, but that disease has manifested itself back into my life due to my decisions because it is a lifelong disease. I hate myself for it. I have not been myself the past few months. The reason I haven't been uploading vlogs is because my life has slipped back into this horrible state. I am not making excuses. I have a problem. This problem has hurt the ones I love most because I delayed the decision to get help. My wife, friends, and family are by my side. My purpose is to rehab. It's my only priority. I will not be on the internet. I'm sorry if you expected more out of me. I'm sorry I've let you down. I'm sorry I let my family down. I'm sorry I let myself down. End of post. Sorry, I need to catch my breath a little bit. But, yeah, that. And I still, even at that, was skeptical of, what if somebody is just, like, epically trolling and, like, got into his account and is posting this stuff and was the real one sending those DMs to the cam girl? And then he did a podcast about this topic on the When the Kids Go to Sleep channel. So I was like, well, shit. Any hope that this was fake kind of officially went out the window. And if you look through recent tweets, it looks like, yeah, he's talked about some of this stuff here too. So, it is disappointing, not gonna lie, but I do not think less of him. I'm not gonna stop watching his channel. I mean, this kind of occurred at a time when it wasn't too long before he was planning on taking a year off of YouTube anyway. Because that was going to start in March. I think probably he'd line it up with his birthday, so probably like towards the beginning of March. If I remember right, March 6th, I think, is his birthday. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but regardless, he was planning on doing that anyway. Now this happened. It looks like it may have bumped up the timeline a little. The bigger question is he ever coming back? We don't know. And, you know, if he doesn't, if that's what it takes for him to get his life back together and his family back into a good place, then, you know, priorities, man. Do what you gotta do. I mean, it'd be a sacrifice, but at the same time, his family should be the first priority and keeping it together. So, hopefully, they'll be able to move past this. He'll be able to get his life back in order and move forward from there. So far, Colette seems like an absolute saint through all of this, and how she's standing by her man, and pretty much could not be handling this better, in my opinion. I don't think a lot of people would have handled it with as much grace and understanding as she has, so she has my undying respect for being as understanding as she has about all of it. And for not just wanting to up and leave. I don't know if that's because she's Mormon and they don't believe in divorce, or if she's just that kind and understanding of a person. Regardless, whatever the reason, I'm glad that she's doing her best to try and make things work. And it looks like he's trying to take the steps necessary for himself to make it work, too. But yeah, it's interesting, though. Like, for as shocking as this is, I find it very interesting timeline-wise. For when this came out to light, the very next day is when the shit hit the fan with PewDiePie and is getting demonetized and dropped by his network and everything. Wasn't he on Maker? Didn't Shay used to own Maker? It's almost like Maker Studios is pulling a look over here, not over here. They'd rather cut PewDiePie, even though he's like the biggest YouTuber on the site, the biggest earner on the site most likely. I mean, I'm assuming, given how much bigger his page is than anyone else, that he'd probably be pulling more money than any other channel. But I don't know the earning facts, so I don't know that part for fact. But it's interesting that they'd axe him, knowing what a big deal that would be, And they're trying to sweep the Shay thing under the rug, like, oh, we can't risk the image of our wholesome family man over here. It's like, it seems very weird timing-wise, and almost like they intentionally blew the PewDiePie thing out of proportion to detract attention away from the ShayCarl thing. That could be me pulling a conspiracy theory bullshit thing. I don't know, that could just be my own speculation here. I just find the timing very interesting, but I wish Shay all the best in the world. I really hope he's able to get his life back together. And I hope he does come back after a year is up, but if he doesn't, I understand. Hopefully everyone else will too. Some people have been leaving really shitty messages for him. I noticed on his newest vlog, he has the comments turned off. Shay doesn't do that. If Shay has the comments turned off, you know it's bad, so... yeah. Unfortunately, there's no way to stop people from tweeting at him, so he's probably seeing those, but what can you do? But, yeah, I just hope it all turns out for the best, because honestly, I've been watching them for so many years. I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing here on YouTube if it weren't for the Shaytards. I want to see it work out well for them, I really do, and I can't be the only one who's looking at this through rose-tinted glasses and trying to see the silver lining and hoping for the best, so... what do you guys think of the whole thing? Let me know in the comments, as usual, and till next time. See ya.